Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Clarence, and I am going to bring you some content that usually isn't on this channel. And that content is covering a upcoming MMORPG by the name of V4. Disclaimer: this is a mobile MMORPG, but it is cross-platform with PC. Another disclaimer: I am not a fan of mobile MMORPGs, probably for the same reasons as many other people are not. Things like autoplay, pay to win is usually a key factor in mobile MMORPGs. What's another one? Oh, and the one that really keeps me away from them: graphics. When I want to play an MMORPG, I want to immerse myself into it, and the key part of that immersion is graphics. So the fact that this is cross-platform with PC, it caught my attention. I know a lot of games nowadays are cross-platform between the two, especially mobile MMORPGs, but this one caught my eye because it looks good. It looks so good graphically, and that's what usually keeps me away from them. Anyways, let me show you. So this is V4, if I haven't said already. Let's look at some PC screenshots. Start with the first one. So, let me say the thing that looks the worst to me at first glance. Well, first of all, I cannot blow up the screen. It's this size, sorry. And this could be a tactic on their part. When you make an image this small, it makes everything look better. Once you blow an image outward, you could see the pixels better. So this could be trickery on their part. But anyways, this ridge right here looks horrible, obviously. Even if you just put some bushes on the edge, this picture would look 10 times better, at least. Now let's talk about some of the good stuff. The water looks great. The shadows, okay. I think this one looks really good over here. And I like right here. So you can see the water surface, and then the rock surface. But there's a line here. You could see through the water surface, the rock underneath. And it looks pretty good, in my opinion. It looks pretty good. And you got some lens flare so far. Pretty good. Not bad for a mobile title. Next picture. Okay, so now we have a much closer view here. The shadow work here. On this creature here, looks phenomenal. I think it looks fantastic. So this looks weird to me. The shadow on this wood, very dark. And then you look here, not so dark. So that's kind of weird to me. Weird. What else stands out to me here? This rock surface over here, it looks flat compared to like this. This looks textured, 3D. It looks pretty good. This looks flat. Weird. It's not good, but it has its ups and downs, so I don't know. Like the shadow work, it looks phenomenal. Looks great. Except this part. Looks weird. Next. And this is my favorite picture. There's only one thing I could point out in this picture that looks bad to me, and it doesn't even look that bad. But I'll get to that in a minute. Let's talk about what looks so good. Everything really looks so good here. The shadow work on this rock right here looks so good. Shadows work so good on this shrine. Shadows on this bridge look so good. And this reflection of the sun off the metal like framework of this bridge, it just looks so great. Like, this is mobile. That's crazy to me. But this is made in Unreal Engine 4, so that's great. That's great. Now the thing that looks bad to me, this waterfall. It doesn't even look that bad. It just looks bad to me. Anyways, next picture. So this is the same screenshot as the last one, but from a different perspective. So, but the shadows look a little different, but I think that's because the time of day, like this one, it looks like early morning. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting here. And then this one looks more like maybe an hour or two later. It looks a little brighter. Anyways, shadows over here. This bridge looks awesome. Awesome. And this waterfall. This waterfall looks kind of weird to me. Not because the waterfall itself, but look at where the waterfall is dumping. Where's this water going? It's just absolutely dumping. And there's just like a puddle of water here. That's pretty weird. Also something else that's weird. Well, maybe it's just a perspective thing. This person also looks kind of weird. Like, look how small these people are. Absolutely tiny. So maybe the bridge is bigger than what I thought, and my perspectives are just really out of whack here. Anyways, awesome pictures. And then this one. This one, there are some really, really good looking stuff, and then there are some really, really bad looking stuff. The obvious bad looking stuff here, the water. What happened with the water here? Like, this looks like out of a GameCube game. It looks horrible as compared to this water. Look at this. This looks phenomenal. It looks so good. I guess they're trying to recreate the cerulean blue of like the ocean. It just didn't work well. The other thing, this boat, it looks empty. Like, where's the? But I thought about this. Even though it looks empty, there's like no barrels, ropes, or any kind of indication of maybe a underdeck. I thought about it, and this players aren't gonna be on this boat probably. When they're running around town, their head level is probably gonna be just barely seeing the side of the ship. So what's on top of the ship is probably never meant to be seen. So that's probably for optimization purposes. So the screenshot just kind of shows off something that doesn't really matter. So I think that's why that's that. These buildings. Oh man. Wow. This right here, that looks photorealistic to me. That's crazy how good that looks. But like I said, these images are smaller on my screen, which automatically makes things look clearer. If you blow out the image, you can see the imperfections a lot easier. So these screenshots, all PC screenshots, look very promising. Very promising. Classes. So I went through all the classes, and I'll be honest, a lot of the animations for most of the classes are pretty crap, if you ask me. But there are a few that look pretty good. Let's look at some of them. So this is the Slayer.
Wielding a pair of razor-sharp swords, the Slayer cuts down enemies.
There's gender lock. I guess I should have also brought up that point. That's another thing I don't like about MMORPGs. Gender lock. Like, why? Why do you gender lock? What is the point? Over the years, everybody asked for all classes to be gender unlocked, but some companies, a lot of companies just don't do it. And it blows my mind. Because every MMO journey starts at character creation, and people want to look good if they're going to spend hours, hundreds of hours, thousands of hours, if they're going to spend money into a game. It just blows my mind. Anyways, let's continue.
With dazzling speed. A melee specialist, he alternates between a two-handed longsword.
So, the animations for this class are on the higher end of the scale of the other classes when it comes to animations. It looks okay to me. It looks okay.
And a one-handed blade to quickly target and pierce weak points. His relentless assault grants him stamina, allowing the Slayer to unleash powerful chain skills that hastily dispatch.
That's also something else I want to bring up. So, there is going to be a PC client. It's going to be wishful thinking, but I really hope for the PC client they have a different UI. It's not going to happen, but I can have wishful thinking. They're most likely just going to copy pasta the mobile UI onto the PC client. The problem is the UI on mobile takes up so much of the space on the screen for PC. It just looks awful. So hopefully
marked foes.
I can change the UI, or if it'll be a different UI.
And numerous debuff abilities, these skills make the Slayer a formidable opponent. The Slayer awaits. Join him in battle in V4.
That's the Slayer. Knight. So this is the Knight. Before I started, I think this class has the best animations out of all the classes that will be available at launch. Just putting that out there.
A solitary blade, an impervious shield. The knight blends tactical abilities and swordsmanship to lead
look
her
at that.
team to victory.
Look at these like swords surrounding the player. It's like a buff or something. Looks so cool.
This master of sword.
And then look at that. He strikes the sword down into the ground, and then they're like these spectral swords that come from the sky and pierce the enemy. This looks so good.
Wields both sword and shield to lay waste to nearby opponents. Rush enemies while deploying cunning defensive strategies. The knight grows stronger as the fight wears on. The heat of battle increases the knight's spirit, making her stronger with every blow. Once the knight is overflowing with spirit, she can enhance her abilities to unleash even more devastating attacks.
Whoa, that looks kind of cool.
Attack.
Like she cleaved forward and then there was like a V shape that went through the enemy and continued pretty far, like 3 or 4 meters behind the enemy. Ooh, if you see that? At the fence? Yeah, you see that? I wonder if that's like an AoE. It could be an AoE. I doubt it, but it's probably just animation.
Join the knight in battle. In V4.
Knight probably has the best animations. And then the Gunslinger. I really wanted to play the Gunslinger until I saw the animations, and I was just so...
Lightning fast barrels blazing. The sharpshooting
it's not terrible.
No one escape her sights.
Like
a ranged war.
The Gunslinger has some pretty cool acrobatics, but that's just about it.
From a distance.
Like, look at this.
She uses a pair of pistols.
What is this?
Pistols, along with a rifle, to hunt down her prey and stop them in their tracks, leaving no room to counter.
There's like nothing going on here.
The Gunslinger can switch skill sets mid-battle, effectively.
Okay, see, the acrobatics is cool, and then we saw like a kind of like a blank there. That was cool. But that's it.
Utilizes her quick reflexes and a
nothing else looks good about this, in my opinion.
Once she generates enough resolve by riddling her enemies with gunfire, she's ready to finish them off with her ultimate skill.
Wow, what an ultimate skill. Literally missing the target.
Skill.
Bam, 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 bam.
Lock and load
like 6 times. Okay.
In V4.
So, my comments news to you. I won't be playing the Gunslinger. Oops. Enchantress. Probably the second best animations for sure. And, if you don't know this already, every MMO in the history of ever, the Wizard, Witch, Enchantress class, whatever you want to call it, has always been the most played class. So I think they did a good job on the animations for this.
With power,
why is she so white here? I don't know why.
Enchantress
absolutely too bright.
With arcane magic. With staff in hand.
Ice. I like that. I like the purple, like magic circles. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good.
And magic orb by her side. She blasts enemies from a distance.
So we have fire, ice, classic elements, then arcane.
The Enchantress charges her abilities with the focus she earns from attacking. Once enhanced, she becomes...
And also, if you haven't noticed,
Enchantress charges her abilities.
The camera is constantly moving. That isn't part of the cinematic. That isn't edited in. There's actually a feature in the game where there's an action camera, and it's sick. That's also another plus why I want to play this game. Like, the camera's constantly moving around during combat, and this makes everything look a little more cinematic and more impactful. I really like about that.
It can even unleash her full potential to become a true force of nature. Revel in the Enchantress's magic.
You know what?
In V4.
I might take it back. I think the Enchantress has the best animations, and then the Knight has the second best animations. And what would an MMO be without a lolly? Here's the Boomblade.
A swirling axe dancing through a ballet of bullets. Boomblade uses both ranged and melee.
Gotta have that lolly. It isn't an MMO without one.
When the Boomblade gives chase, there's nowhere to hide.
The animations aren't that bad.
Making the Boomblade a chaotic whirlwind of destruction. Using her unique weapon, the Boomblade chains together close and mid-range attacks with deadly results. She follows each swing of her mighty axe with a blast from her cannon, delivering explosive attacks to obliterate her foes. Experience the explosive power of Boomblade.
Okay.
In V4.
Never been a fan of the Lolly class, so not interested. Then we have the Warlord.
Ruling the land with an iron hammer, the Warlord crushes the will of all who oppose him. Wielding a giant hammer and gauntlet.
So, I think this class would be good, but listen to the impact sounds of his hammer.
The Warlord takes the fight straight to his opponents.
It sounds like you're punching a sack of flour with a boxing glove.
None can deny his strength when he charges into battle.
Why does it sound like that? It's horrendous.
The Warlord gathers vigor to unlock his special outburst ability. Once
Absolutely
his vigor is
horrendous.
full, his outburst awakens his enraged state. In this form,
And it's not even like different. Every single impact sound is the same exact thing.
Overwhelming attacks. Unleash the Warlord's power in V4.
Okay. Moving on. By the way, I've already decided which class I will be playing at launch. Leave a prediction in the comments if you could guess. And here are some contents that will be in the game. Inter-server Dimensional Rift.
Cooperate and compete across.
We're not going to talk about the physics behind these horses as they make that turn there.
Cooperate and compete across.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
Across servers.
We'll just ignore that.
Introducing V4's exclusive inter-server realm, allowing players from different servers.
There was a lot of players on this screen. But the video is rendered at like 20 or 30 FPS, so I can't tell. I really can't tell the optimization of this game. But there's like at least 100 people on this screen.
To join the same field of battle for massive open-world events. Players can enter the inter-server through dimensional rifts,
That's cool.
where deadly region bosses and monsters prowl.
Gotta have those world bosses for endgame and whatnot.
Defeating these enemies provides.
Okay, so we got a good look at the UI here. See how cluttered the UI is? With like, look at how much of the real estate is just gone. You're looking at like 30 to 40%, maybe even 50%, just clutter, you know? But maybe they could turn off the UI. Oh, I would love it if they could turn off the UI. That would be so immersive.
The rarest of items and rewards. Keep an eye on each player's native server and guild affiliation. You never know when you'll bump into an enemy.
I like the, just a small thing. You see this floating damage? It's very minimalistic. So there's 8 there. Is there a better one? I guess we'll just use that. A lot of games, when they have damage, like floating damage indicators, they're just so over the top, over exaggerated. It takes away, in my opinion, from the game. I like the very minimalistic floating damage a lot.
Make new friends,
Thought I'd just point that out.
conquer new enemies, and never
That looked kind of bad. Ugh, Jesus. But maybe this is all on mobile. I don't know.
Never lower your guard. Enter a world of endless battle in V4.
Actually, that might just be for that like area, because they have. If you're gonna have that many people in one area at a time, you're gonna have to make sure the graphics are dog turd to make sure everybody could run it smoothly. Guilds.
Battling alone will never be as rewarding as fighting side by side with your fellow guild members.
If I like this game, I might make a guild, which I have never done in any video game in my life. So,
Experience
might
true
be interesting.
camaraderie with V4's guilds. Nothing compares to the joy and excitement.
I didn't bring it up, but the character models, especially the faces, a lot of the time, they're very Eastern. And I'm not gonna... This is my own opinion. I don't like the Eastern style. This is... There's a hint of it, but it's like a hybrid between Western and Eastern. And I like it. Obviously, that's not a very good picture of it.
But the pleasure of your guildmate's company is only part of the fun. The higher your guild's level...
This, like screen navigation and stuff, it reminds me of Black Desert Online. Not a bad thing at all.
The greater the buffs you
thought I'd point that out.
Find rare items and spend some coin in guild-exclusive shops. Join inter-server-only region boss dominations and earn guild-exclusive rewards. Eliminate the competition with guild members at your side and bring glory to your guild.
This horse is...
Your guild and
the
glory
drifting.
await in V4.
Cool. We have trading. There is a market.
Introducing
That's always fun.
V4's Trading Post and Exchange House, your one-stop free trade shop. Sell your unwanted gear, extra potions, and unused skill books at V4's Trading Post. Set your price, collect payments, and view your trade history all in one place. Don't forget to visit V4's Exchange House, where you can exchange in-game gold for cash currency.
Interesting. He said...
For cash currency. In-game gold for cash currency.
In-game gold for cash currency. Not the other way around. Oh my.
Cash currency can be used to buy everything from mounts to demon stones in the V4 shop and trading post.
So you could buy mounts with in-game gold. That's what I'm hearing.
In the V4 shop, everything from mounts to currency. Exchange in-game gold for cash currency. Cash currency can be used to buy everything from mounts to demon stones in the V4 shop.
I have no idea what demon stones are.
Explore the free trade system for yourself in V4.
That's interesting. PvP and PvE.
Introducing V4's region boss raids. Fierce battles that rage on the open field. Team up with up to 300 players to face
There's a lot of players on the screen.
On the world map at specific times and places. Those who contribute the most to the battle will reap the greatest rewards. Conquer these massive bosses, if you dare.
If you dare. Yeah, okay. I dare say I will. And then the very last page is just some video of areas, which is... God dang it. Get down there. So this is the Lavina Island.
Beautiful.
Ooh. Very wide open prairie. Wow, that looks pretty good.
Peaceful. This pristine island is the gem of southwestern Grelin. Welcome, traveler, to Lavina Island. Where
Lavina. Lavina, not Lavina. Lavina.
warm winds carry the sweet scent of urna flowers across rolling fields of green. Its sprawling
You gotta have crabs. You gotta have crabs for enemies.
coastline and brilliant blue sea will wash away the worries of any traveler.
Looks pretty good. The Terang Woodlands.
Welcome, traveler, to the Terang Woodlands. The Terang Woodlands.
Wow. This is 1080p and it looks kind of like crap, but I could tell this is gonna look pretty good. You got some sun rays coming through. The shadows look phenomenal. Anyways, if you haven't noticed, I value graphics in MMOs very highly.
Pierce the heavens. Under the shade
looks really
of these
good.
towering behemoths lies a vast, verdant swamp. These woods are home to ancient echo and orcs, though soon, perhaps
Cool.
only one race will remain. Please take care when
Wow. Got a giant wood mill of some kind.
venturing into the woodlands, or you too may be swept into the conflict.
the Ordon Plane.
Welcome, traveler, to the Ordon Plane.
This is giving me some serious Skyrim vibes.
Known for its endless expanse of golden crops, the Ordon
Like
Plane's
around
fields
Whiterun.
of plenty surround the glorious, flourishing city of Havel.
Oh, look at that.
Vast farmland.
Whoa. That looks really cool. I like that. Wow.
Teeming with crops stretched just
This is a mobile game.
outside Havel's city gates.
That's kind of crazy.
But all is not well on the plains, as such a bounty draws those with an avaricious
This is a mobile game.
appetite.
Holy moly. I love this. Wow. I'm excited. Okay, so the Elanor Forest.
Sunlight peeks between the plentiful leaves of this stunning forest. Welcome, traveler, to Elanor Forest, a mythical woodland enchanted by mystery. In the heart of Elanor Forest lies the Pillar of Life.
You gotta have the Tree of Life. It isn't a fantasy-inspired MMORPG without the Tree of Life.
Guardian tree imbued with pure magic. The native Echo have been the protectors of this mythic forest and its guardian tree for ages untold.
Okay. Elanor Forest is home of the Life Tree. Yukabi Desert.
Welcome, traveler, to the Yukabi Desert.
Yukabi, sorry.
Hot, dry winds sweep coarse sand through the air, uncovering the
We
remains
got some, like, basilisk monsters.
of long-buried ancient dragons.
What do you call those? I've seen them before. I don't remember.
Time
Oh. Big bone structure.
ravaged temples once used to worship
Wait, that's kind of cool. I think this bone is just one continuous spine of like one big monster.
these arcane
Gives you kind of like
beasts. Sit idle.
what was going on before it died, you know? Something that big. What was the world like before it died?
Merchants from far and wide pass through this desert carrying not only goods, but hushed words of demons stalking the lands.
I've never. Desert maps are kind of meh, in my opinion. Whatever. And volcanoes. Okay. This must be
Welcome,
endgame,
traveler,
if I would
to this
imagine.
volcano. Lava still flows from this active volcano, and magma pulses just below its surface, a source of unending heat. The
Okay.
Drakes call this scorching land home. Their duty as a guardian race trumps all else.
That statue
No
of
wonder they
Anubis.
don't take too kindly to visitors.
It feels like as we got further along, the maps kind of got a little worse. But the first 4 maps look pretty good. Yeah. The last 2 look kind of... like kind of unfinished. But anyways, that's it. So, I've never been a fan of MMO RPGs on the mobile platform. This one is really the first time one has caught my eye, so I'm going all in. I'm reading story, I'm doing full playthrough, I'm covering stuff for it. I'm doing it. I'm going for it. Anyways, that was the coverage on the upcoming MMORPG V4 that is cross-platform for PC and mobile. 4 days. I don't know how that's gonna work when this gets uploaded, but it comes out on the 23rd, July 23rd. If you're interested, let's talk in the comments. I want to hear what you guys have to say. This might be really good. I think it might be really good. Anyways, I'm probably not gonna post anything until the game's released. I'll probably post like character creation and stuff like that. Anyways, that's all I have for now. See you next time. Hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. It really encourages me to make more. And I'll see you next time. Adios.